So you're a remote professional, right? You're dreaming of that perfect mix, a high income, but also an amazing lifestyle. And you're probably thinking about all the usual spots, the big names everyone talks about. But what if the smartest move, the one that could totally change your financial future, is one you haven't even thought about? Well, today, we're going to unlock the secrets of Malaysia. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll tackle the big picture, the global mobility puzzle. Then, we'll dive right into the incredible financial edge Malaysia offers. After that, we'll walk through how you actually get residency, your ticket in. We'll even uncover a seriously elite tax strategy. And of course, we'll talk about the lifestyle, what it's really like. And then, at the end, we'll figure out if this is the right move for you. You know, when you think about setting up a base somewhere with low taxes and a great lifestyle, what are the first names that pop into your head? For most of us, it's the same handful of places you see advertised everywhere. And yeah, they're popular, for sure. But are they really the most strategic choice? The world's a big place, and sometimes the best move isn't the most obvious one. And honestly, that's what this is all about, isn't it? To make the absolute best decision for your life and your business, you've got to look past all the marketing noise. Because if you just stick with the default option, you could be leaving a ton of money and an amazing lifestyle on the table. Okay, let's get real and look at some hard numbers. Take a popular hub like Dubai. They've got a 9% corporate tax now, and for a lot of people, that's a pretty good deal. But now look at Malaysia. If you set things up the right way, your corporate tax rate could be as low as 3%. That's not just a little bit better, that is a fundamental, game-changing advantage. And believe me, we are just getting warmed up. So let's talk about the engine that makes this whole thing work, geo-arbitrage. It sounds fancy, but it's a really simple and powerful idea. You earn your money in a strong currency, like US dollars or British pounds, but you spend it in a place where that money goes way, way further. It's like giving yourself an automatic, massive raise. In Malaysia, it's one of the best places on the planet to do it. Just look at this. The difference is absolutely staggering. I mean, to live a comfortable modern life in a major city in the US or the UK, you're easily spending $3,000, maybe $4,000 a month. In Malaysia, you can have a comparable or, let's be honest, probably better quality of life for around $1,500. We're not talking about saving a few dollars on coffee here. This is a complete financial reset. So, what does that huge cost difference actually do for your bank account? Well, it means you could potentially be saving 50 to 60% of your income. Just let that sink in for a second. Most people back home are thrilled if they can save 15 or 20%. Here, you could be banking more than half of every single dollar you make. This puts your journey to financial independence on the absolute fast track. And here's exactly how that breaks down in the real world. Let's say you're making $5,000 a month. In the US or the UK, after you pay for rent, healthcare, food, you might have $1,000 left over to save. Not bad. But in Malaysia, on the exact same income and with a similar lifestyle, you're left with $3,000. You are literally tripling your ability to build wealth every single month. Okay, the financial case is pretty undeniable. But you're probably wondering, what about the logistics? How do I actually make this happen legally? Let's break down the visa playbook for Malaysia. You're going to see it's a lot more straightforward than you might think. So you've basically got two main paths. First is the digital Nomad pass. This is perfect if you're in tech, a programmer, a developer, something like that. You can apply for it yourself online, and it gets you up to 2 years. The other option is the expatriate pass. This is the way to go for any other kind of entrepreneur. It does require you to set up a local company, and it's for 1 year, but it's renewable. So you choose a quick pass for techies or a more formal structure for any other kind of business. And if you go with the expatriate pass, this is pretty much your roadmap. First, you set up a company, which is actually a super fast process, just a few days. Then you open a corporate bank account, get any business licenses you might need, and finally, submit your pass application. Yeah, there are a few steps, but the whole thing can be done in about 3 months. And then, boom, you're all set up to live and work legally. All right, we've gone through this standard playbook. Now it's time for the advanced strategy. This is the insider's move. This is the part of the Malaysia opportunity that almost nobody talks about, and it's where the financial advantage goes from being great to being truly world-class. So, is this the ultimate tax hack? I know, that's a huge claim. But once you understand how Malaysia's special offshore financial center works, you'll see why it's a question that's definitely worth asking. And the answer is a place called Labuan. So it's a federal territory of Malaysia, but it operates under its own special set of rules as an international business hub. The easiest way to think of it is like a special economic zone, one that's designed specifically to give incredible tax and visa benefits to international entrepreneurs, just like you. And what I find so fascinating here is just how these benefits stack up. By setting up your company in Labuan, you unlock that insane 3% corporate tax rate we mentioned, but it gets even better. The application process is usually faster and easier. You get a 2-year work visa right from the start, which is a huge plus. Even opening a corporate bank account is more streamlined. And here's the best part. With that visa, you have the freedom to live anywhere you want in Malaysia. Look, financial strategy is crucial. We get that. But at the end of the day, you don't live your life on a balance sheet. So what's the point of all this saving and strategizing? What does this financial freedom actually look like and feel like day in and day out? Let's talk about the lifestyle payoff. I want you to just imagine this for a second. You're working from a cool, modern apartment with blazing fast internet. When you get hungry, you head downstairs and choose between incredible Malay, Chinese, or Indian street food that costs just a few bucks. On the weekend, maybe you go for a hike in the cool mountain highlands, or you chill out on a tropical beach. And because you're in a major travel hub, you can hop on a cheap flight and explore the rest of Southeast Asia anytime you want. This isn't a dream. This is the reality there. And this, right here, is the core of the whole thing. In most places in the world, you have to make a choice, right? You can have a high standard of living, or you can save aggressively. But in Malaysia, that trade-off just disappears. You get to enjoy a fantastic life while you're speeding up your journey to complete financial independence. So we've looked at the numbers, we've looked at the legal paths, we've looked at the lifestyle. We've seen how all the pieces of this puzzle fit together so perfectly. So now it's time to put it all together and ask that final and most important question. So let's just recap the case for Malaysia one more time. 1. Powerful financial arbitrage that lets you save more than half your income. 2. Clear and totally achievable visa options to make it all legal. 3. An elite, world-class tax strategy through Labuan that gets you down to 3%. And 4. A vibrant, high quality of life that makes the whole thing a pleasure, not just a financial calculation. So with the strategy laid out, the numbers all crunched, and the lifestyle revealed, is Malaysia your next move? You know, for the entrepreneur or the remote professional who is looking to truly optimize every single part of their life, it just might be the single most powerful and most overlooked opportunity in the entire world right now.